This is Jeff Breedlove with the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse, and I'm here in Hall County in Gainesville, Georgia, at Jay's Place with our Executive Director, Jordan Hussey. Jordan, tell us a little bit about Jay's Place and a little bit about yourself.
So Jay's Place is actually named after the Jeffrey Dallas Gay Jr. He overdosed a few years ago, and we came back and named this place after him. I am a woman in long-term recovery, and what that means is it's been over 3 years since I've used anything to change the way that I feel. That's a miracle because I couldn't put a week together prior to that time, so I'm really grateful.
Well, that's part of the whole power of an RCO anywhere in Georgia, is that it's peer-led and peer-run, and that brings the authenticity, and that's kind of what makes an RCO different than a lot of other places.
Absolutely, absolutely. I used to hear all the time how people didn't understand, and I felt the same way. People would just tell me to just stop, and that never just worked for me. So
I heard the same thing, and it didn't work for me either. So, each RCO is a little bit different, and first of all, I want to make sure we say thank you to Governor Brian Kemp and Commissioner Judy Fitzgerald at DBHDD and all the members of the Georgia General Assembly. Democrats and Republicans came together in a bipartisan effort and did something good for Georgia, funding the RCO program, which means Recovery Community Organization. And like Jay's Place, about how long has the physical structure been here?
We've been here a little bit over a year now, and we've recently gotten our own nonprofit license so that we could provide services the way that we know that they need to be ran here in Hall County. And we're grateful to have this opportunity to do that, and grateful for all the people that came together to make that possible.
Well, that's the thing too. It's a whole process. We could put one of these together in a month or two, but deliberately it's stretched out over a period of time to allow more people in the community to learn about it and start participating on the front end, and we get more input and buy-in.
Absolutely, as well as the people in this community know what they need. We believe in self-directed care, and so we believe that for the community, and what works somewhere else wouldn't necessarily work as well here. So how are we to come in from somewhere else and tell them what they need to do for their people, for their own community?
Right, what y'all do here in Gainesville might be very different than a program in Jessup or Athens or even Rome or Cartersville.
Absolutely.
Now, in this past year, about how many people would you say have actually been touched by Jay's Place, been in here and been impacted in a positive way?
I would say over about 1,400 thus far.
Now let's revisit that number. We're in Gainesville, Georgia.
Gainesville, Georgia.
1,400 people in a year positively impacted with the power of recovery because of an RCO, Jay's Place.
Yes, yes.
Now without Jay's Place, maybe they would have been in the criminal justice system, bad off medically, who knows? But what we do know is 1,400 people have sought the power of recovery in this RCO.
Yes.
And it's making a difference.
It's making a great difference.
Now, talking about some of those programs that are done and that the community thought about, what's something that you do here that maybe y'all are kind of feeling connectivity with the community about?
Well, we've connected so far with some thrift stores in the area that can provide some clothing to people who are seeking new jobs, and we want to set them up with job interviews. If they come here, we can help them build their resume, we can help them dress for success and feel professional and in a safe space. So the other thing that we're able to do is provide a lot of support for the family members of. So, what we know is that addiction has a ripple effect. It affects us, it affects our loved ones, it affects our community as a whole. And so what we want to do is create a different ripple effect surrounded by recovery.
I love that. I saw you pause and get emotional. I get emotional too when I think about what it did to my family. My son Jack was in high school when I got arrested and went into treatment, and I know it impacted him as a high school student. So I get very emotional like you just did, but it impacts families, and this RCO providing resources for families because they need to heal too.
Yes.
So that's just so powerful. That's the beauty of an RCO. I know also in Gainesville, we have a true recovery champion in Judge Deal. And tell us a little bit about the work y'all do with the judicial system and the law enforcement community and accountability courts and how this RCO plays a role in that.
Well, there are about 5 accountability courts here in Hall County, and we just get to go in and partner with them and provide one-on-one check-ins, provide opportunities for different meetings, just really be there for them. And if they're looking for work, we can help connect them with that. We really want to be the place that bridges the gap for people. As a returning citizen, I'm really passionate about people that need the resources that I didn't necessarily have at my disposal.
Right. It's a way to give back and help the next person. And you're changing, you and the team here and Jay's Place is changing the culture of Hall County because of the relationship with people like Judge Deal.
Yes.
Well, listen, this is tremendous. And I know that Jay's Place is on social media.
Yep.
Georgia Council on Substance Abuse is on social media. It's important that you reach out and follow both these great organizations, share posts and share ideas, and come to some of the events here locally in Gainesville. And we just want to thank Jordan for spending some time with us today. And as I always tell you, recovery is real.